Imagine a world where there's more good news than negative news. Imagine a world where people are kinder to themselves and others. Imagine a world where we're kinder to the planet, to animals. They say hurt people. They say healed people, heal people. What an honour to win this award. I dedicate this to all the good news crusaders out there, to all the healed people who are healing people. I know there's many of you in the room. I honour my ancestry. I honour those who were killed for stepping up. I honour those who were killed for speaking up. And I honour you for speaking up. A small group of thoughtful people can change the world. In fact, it's the only thing that ever has, as Gandhi said. If we don't stand for something, we will fall for anything. I honour you. I honour all those before you. I honour Nira and Shika. I honour this amazing celebration for women and for all the men out there, because none of us would be here without the men. And thank you to Asatosh. Asatosh introduced me to these beautiful ladies. We never know the impact we have, but if we can just impact one person with our message for our stand in the world, then it's worth putting that message out. Thank you.
We are still 134 years away from true gender parity, which means none of us in the room are going to live to see a gender equal world. Our daughters will not get to see a gender equal world. Our daughters' won't get to see a gender equal world. And that is unacceptable to me. And I'm sure it is to each of you in the room as well. And that is why I'm on a mission to accelerate our journey to creating a more just and equal world by supporting women all across the world to lead with courage, lead with mindfulness, and lead with compassion. Because it's my belief that if we have more women in positions of power and influence, we will create a kinder, a more compassionate, and a more peaceful world. I want to thank the Global Publishing House for this incredible award. Thank you, Nira. Thank you, Shika. And I want to dedicate this award to the one woman who's made it possible for me to be here today, and that is my mother. And I want to salute every single one of you in the room today for the phenomenal work that you're doing. You know, Madeleine Albright, the former US Secretary of State, had once said, "There's a special place in hell for women who don't help other women." But I think what we're seeing here tonight is the opposite of that. And I think sky is the limit when all of us come together to support each other, to celebrate each other, and to cheer each other on. So I cheer every single one of you for the wonderful work that you're doing today, and let's all collectively work towards creating a more kinder and more equal world. Thank you.
To say a few words. And I always warn people against saying to a diplomat, say a few words, because that can mean very few words, and our few words last about 2 hours. So Be that as it may, let me congratulate the organizers of this beautiful ceremony. During the online platform, a few days or just 2 weeks ago, I had said that one of the reasons why I support this initiative is because women do not celebrate themselves. And I say this because everything that we do, no matter how spectacular it is, we think it's normal, and therefore it's just a normal part of living, nothing big about it. And I am happy that we are here to celebrate all of you and celebrate those who are online who could not travel to Singapore for the incredible things that you are doing in your countries and in your communities. I wish to encourage you and say to all of you what I've been saying this week. I think I've said it more than 5 times, and I've said it everywhere, so I'm going to say it again here. I have said in a training I was doing with the Lee Kuan Yew School of Public Policy, talking to women leaders from all over ASEAN, that as someone who has led in various capacities, there is one advice I can give to women: never assimilate. And I made this example of why I think we should not assimilate as a leader. And I'm going to use 3 things to explain what I mean. So I'm going to take an egg, a potato, and coffee. So if you were to boil these 3 things, each in its own pot, if you take the boiled egg, by the time you remove it from the hot stove, you are going to get a boiled egg. And I'll explain what is wrong with that. And if you take a potato, you boil it for some time, it's gonna mash, and you call it a mashed potato. And if you take coffee, no matter how many times or how long you're gonna boil it, it will still be coffee. What the coffee does, it does not allow the environment to change it. Many women go into organizations and lead. And because of the environment in organizations, they hardened. And as they harden, they lose their femininity. And I don't think you want to lose that. You want to be a leader, but still very much in touch with who you are. And we become tough. And when we are tough, we become even the worst people would want to see in their environments. So I always say, don't be like a boiled egg. Similarly, avoid not being like a mashed potato. Because some of us goes into situations, we become mashed because it's really hot, and even the things you believed in when you became a leader, you lose them in the process. You become too soft, too mushy, and you become a person who, because you want to avoid conflict, you say yes to everything. Don't be that person. And coffee, no matter how long you're gonna boil it, the water that the coffee went into is going to change and become coffee. It will never be called water again. Because the coffee has changed the situation, and this is what women are doing and are capable of doing. So whether you are in Nigeria, you are in Ireland, you are anywhere in the world, change the situation. Do not allow the situation to change you. Thank you so much.
Shikha. It is such an honor to be here this evening. I'd like to begin by congratulating all the winners. Your stories were hugely inspiring. Very often when we have a room full of women, it's normal to think of it as a diversity event. I worked for a long time in the corporate world, and women and diversity, that's a common theme. But within this group, what I realized is that diversity has a very different meaning. And I saw people who had such different careers walk mostly, uncharted paths. Somebody overcoming an illness, wow, empowering women in Afghanistan, creativity, the wide variety of ways to create impact. So I just want to say that it was a real honor for us to read what you've done and to meet you this evening. So congratulations. I'm also going to say that there are two more women who've created huge impact over here. They're standing right here. So thank you very much for putting this together. Their enthusiasm and passion is truly infectious. I've seen them put this thing together. I think for many of the participants, for the winners, you don't see what's happening, the amount of work that happens behind the scenes. It is unusual. So thank you very much. Lastly, I would like to say that, as a judge, when you're supposed to read the stories, you identify the winners, and that's great. But there's a little selfish thing. You also get to learn a lot from people. So for that, I'm really going to thank Meera and Shikha for that opportunity. But I certainly learned a lot. So once again, thank you very much.
I would like to start by appreciating the organizers, global influencers, for this very inspiring program. I'm really happy to be in the midst of every woman here. It's our day, and I'm happy to have the opportunity of being one of the chief judges. And I want to say that everyone here, all the awardees, I want to congratulate you and I wish you well. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. When I was eating my dinner, I realized that Meera and Shikha hasn't had their dinner yet. So I really, really appreciate them, standing here starving. Oh, please give a round of applause to them. Thank you so much. So 2023 is a special year for me, and one of it is to publish my book, How to Be a Neuroaffirmative Parent. So being a parent of a neurodivergent child can be very lonely and vulnerable. But now, standing here looking at all the empowering women here, I can safely say that my son is in good hands from now on. So, thank you so much. I would like to quote from one of my role models, which is Michelle Yeoh, when she won her first Oscar. Don't let anyone tell you pass your prime. It really sticks with my heart. So I would like to pass this message to everyone as well. And I would like to dedicate this award to my son, who might be in the Zoom right now. So Mason, Mason, tonight is the only night we can stay up late. And I hope Mommy made you proud. Thank you so much.
Come on, Shetty, we have just got to go. This is once in a lifetime, and here we go. Kia ora, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed judges and fellow award winners. When I found the email in my inbox, I had to get Roger to read it. OMG, lots of squealing followed. I had really won. I got on the phone and rang my dad, who was convinced this is a scam. As things like this don't happen to us, to which I replied, they do now, Dad. And I cannot wait to show him the photos. I know Mum would be tickled pink, and I know she has guided me to this moment. My faith has carried me through some of my darkest times. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, has allowed me to take a step of faith to board a plane in Auckland, stopping within the back of Bird to make sure Heather was coming too. What an adventure we are having. From the magical sunsets and serene tranquility of Lower Lila retreat, I have reflected on my journey thus far. Conquering my limiting beliefs, dismissing the naysayers, and overcoming the challenges I have faced. I know and believe that my life is already better and great things are happening. I am seen, I am heard. I stand before you here, a very proud Kiwi woman of strength and resilience, enjoying my 15 minutes of fame, knowing that tomorrow I'll be someone's fish and chip wrapper, and that's okay. I dreamed it, believed it, and now achieved it. As my next chapter is just beginning, I could not have come this far without my family, friends, and local community to get on this roller coaster and enjoy the ride. I would like to pay tribute to all those who have come before me with an invisible illness, injury, or disability that endure the pain every day navigating their identity crisis. I would like to celebrate and acknowledge all who saw my sparkle when I could not see the light, allowing me to shine bright like the diamond I am. So I just wanted to take this moment to thank Rachel Munro, Christiane Moore, 𝐤𝐥𝐿 Global Publishing House and 𝐀𝐾 Marketing for this night, and I shine bright like the diamond you are. We are all magnificent.
Thank you all very much, and I want to thank the Global Influencers Publishing House and the esteemed judges for the fantastic honour of receiving this award. I also want to thank my family, who's been a fantastic support through the big transition that led me to this event tonight. I worked as an airline pilot for about 15 years before I was grounded in the pandemic. And I took the opportunity then to connect and network online, of course, with professional women, because there hadn't been many around me in my line of work. I was curious what their concerns were, and I was surprised and a bit saddened to hear so much about imposter syndrome, lack of confidence, and feeling not enough. And their solution was often to reach for another degree or another diploma. And I nearly went down that path myself. But I paused and I thought, we're going about this the wrong way. We reach a point where it's not another qualification that will take us further. Instead, it's self-awareness that will get us to the next level. Get to know your innate strengths beyond your skills and formal qualifications. Get to know the values that drive you and become aware of that soundtrack that is always playing in your head and color every experience you have. Because self-awareness is the starting point for sustainable self-leadership. And that is crucial for efficient leadership of others. You must put the oxygen mask on yourself before you help other people. When the world opened up again, I wasn't able to return to the cockpit. A damaged eye made that impossible for me. And that was the point when the rug was pulled from underneath my feet. Losing my job was nothing compared to losing the ability to go back to my career. And I had to make a new future for myself. So I followed my own recipe. I turned to my strengths, I turned to my values, and I let my soundtrack say that my passion for human potential would help others find and live their potential, and reach sustainable success. The fact that I get to accept this award here in Singapore holds great significance for me. In 2017, I spent 6 weeks here doing the endorsement training for the Airbus 330. It's a big chunk of work, very, very intense, and I felt stronger than I've ever had. So to reach this point of strength in my new career as a speaker and author and coach, to do that here in Singapore feels like a full circle moment for me. I am very, very grateful. Thank you.
I feel so privileged and grateful to be here. It's mind-blowing to believe that I actually am. And I just want to share just a few notes that I put together here. And I want to say g'day from Australia too. Okay, so it is an incredible honour, as I said, to be here and receive this award. Considering that I live in a remote area in outback New South Wales, Australia, literally the back of Bourke, on a large farm, 64,000 acres actually, 800 kilometres west of Sydney. And I think I scrubbed up all right. Might have even washed the smell of gum leaves off. Okay, so I'm the youngest of 7 children, coming from a family inflicted from domestic violence by an extremely violent father. I had very little education, leaving school at 16. I'd never read a full book. In fact, I told myself I hated reading. Wanting to be loved, I got into a serious relationship of cohesive control. And after 27 years, finally breaking free, I'd like to thank Global Influence and Publishing House, 𝐕₁ for taking my story, Never Underestimate a Woman, because we shouldn't, part 1 and part 2 to the world and inspiring others. I'd also like to thank Christiane War for helping me to find my voice with her amazing speaker training and my chapter about domestic violence in the She Speaks book, with 15 of us sharing our stories of trauma to triumph. And I feel very, very proud of the She Speaks community and to be here with Sharon Cooper of Invisible Illness from New Zealand, representing the She Speaks ladies. I would also like to thank my business coach, Anna Romantetta, for hosting my book launch in Melbourne with the beautiful alumni ladies. I'm also grateful for Popeye, my partner, who sadly couldn't be here because he was injured by a sheep. True story. True story, he's hurt his knee really badly. But my amazing children as well, Zoe and Jessie, and thank you, Zoe, for being here with me. They have helped and supported me and helped me to create Lower Lola Retreat at our farm in outback New South Wales, where I run women's retreats with my 2 coaching buddies, Lizzie and Susie, inspiring others to find their meaning and purpose. I'd also like to thank my beautiful family and my mates, Joe, Kerry, Michelle, Midge and Mel, for believing in me and supporting me. And a huge thank you to Global Influencers and KitKat Marketing. I am so proud and honoured to be chosen as a global woman of influence. And always remember to smile, everybody, because we're not fully dressed for starters without a smile, and our smile might just brighten someone else's day. So thank you, everybody.
Shit! Was my daughter's first swear word. So 15 years ago, whilst we were watching a reality show from US, the Wipeout show, where my sister was competing in the finals, and she lost. Then came a little voice going, shit! And I was like, oh my God, she was 2 years old. That was when I realized that I better watch what I was saying and what I was doing because she was observing and learning from me. So when I think about influence, it's never about power or prestige. It's really about impact. So look at all of us here. We're really about impact. It's about the voice and the actions that we take that is making change in the world. It's about the values with integrity, resilience, and compassion. Sorry, I'm shaking. I don't usually shake like this. Oh my God. Okay, so our next generation is watching us. They are learning from us how we show up, how we handle challenges, and how we live our values every single day. It's not about what we tell them. For those who have children, we know we can't tell them what to do, but it's really about showing them what to do and what we do. Let's be honest, we are not perfect. And I, for one, stumble, but we learn, we grow. And that's the point. We don't want to teach our children to shy away and be afraid of failure. We want them to learn that that's the stepping stone of getting to chase their dreams and be unafraid and bold. So thank you for Nira and Shika. Wrong way. Nira and Shika for this award. And this part I'm going to look in the camera because my mom, my husband, my children, everyone is there. So, and my best friend is also there. So I want to thank my mom and dad. Thank you, Mommy and Daddy, for letting me chase my dreams my own way. For my husband, for always supporting me. For my two daughters, Nana and Tintin, they are very difficult children in the sense that they always make me rethink the world, rethink my ways. They say, Mom, that's not cool. But anyway, and for everyone who has pushed me to be a better person. And I hope all of you will keep pushing me as well. So ladies, together, let's keep building, inspiring, and showing the way for everyone who follows. Who's with me? Yay! Thank you very much.
It's truly an overwhelming moment for me because I yet can't believe that I am in this award function. My book, Unmasking Happiness, 108 Sutras to a Happy Life. It is a book dedicated to the daily habits of being happy. It focuses on daily problems like fear, depression, loneliness, pain, suffering. And this book, it addresses these problems in a very easy manner, addressing the why, what, and how, and gives you easy solutions so that you can smile, overcome challenges, and become the best version of yourself. This book is based on the foundation that you have very little control on the external world, but you can control your inner self. And when you control your inner well-being, you lead a very happy, harmonious, and a beautiful life. You may ask me why 108 Sutras of Happiness. 108 Sutras are 108 concepts to live your life which is full of wisdom, and this leads you to internal peace. When I researched this, I found that 108 is a very powerful number, and India is a center of spirituality. So the number 1 represents completeness, 0 represents completeness and spirituality, 1 represents eternal truth, and 8 is eternity. So we are all divine beings who have come to this world to enjoy the human experience. Today, I would like to thank my dear friend Ashutosh, who ideated this book, who saw that it got published and manifested this award for me. Last year he had told me, Suman, you will get an international award, and you will go to Singapore or Hong Kong. And as usual, I brushed it off because I don't see myself traveling anywhere. I would rather attend it online in the comfort of my home. But because of him, today I am here, and I really believe it's a dream for me. And thank you, Neera, Shika, respected jury members, all the wonderful authors and the guests here. We as women rock the world. Without women, there is no beauty in the world. So let's create magic in this world. Thank you.
Thank you so much for giving me the space and the acknowledgement. I'm really grateful for sharing the space with such wonderful people who make the difference. Thank you so much for being you. The motto in my life is be you and change the world. The uniqueness that you are is the strongness that the world desires. And I'm so grateful for Neera, Shika and Global Publishing for giving me the opportunity to publish my book, as well as giving me the recognition to reach and increase the sphere of influence that can make the difference that the world is looking for. And a little brief introduction to what I do is I help people show up as them, because there's already somebody that exists. You don't have to be them. Just because they're successful, famous, known, the beauty lies with who you be. And it doesn't take that effort to show up as you, because nobody's you. Your strongness is not the weakness that you are, but your weakness is your strongness. So that is what I work to people realize, that your difference is your beauty, your uniqueness and strongness. So thank you so much for being who you all are and making that change in the world. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Neera, and Shika for organizing this event. This is amazing. 3 years ago, I took a leap of faith and left the corporate world, driven by a belief that I could make an impact in the tech industry. I spent 17 years in the tech industry, and eventually for all women. Today, to be recognized as a global woman of influence is a really humbling experience. Being surrounded by all these impactful women has been really humbling. I feel that so my journey is just beginning. And this recognition is an encouraging reminder to continue to listen to my heart, to stay true to my passion and to leave others along the way. This moment isn't just about me. It's about the 56% of women who leave tech mid-career due to a lack of support, recognition, and opportunity. This moment is about them, about us, and about the incredible resilience and vision that women and emerging leaders bring to this space. Nowadays, we are redefining the tech landscape, transforming it from a space of singular narratives to one of diverse voices, creativity, and boundless potential. As Melinda Gates powerfully stated, if we want to drive the future of technology, we cannot leave any talent on the bench. We, as women, are no longer waiting for permission. We are building our own path, amplifying our voices, and inviting others to join us in this journey of innovation. Fei-Fei, a visionary in our field, once said, "The future of artificial intelligence is about us. It's about augmenting our humanity, not replacing it." And is that humanity, the empathy, compassion, and inclusivity that we, as women, bring to the forefront of technology? We are the torchbearers, lighting the way for those who will follow, showing that no dream is too big, no barriers too high, and no voice is too small to be heard. To every woman and emerging leader here today, keep challenging norms, keep driving change, and never underestimate the power you hold. Together, we are not just building technology. We are building a future where every idea, every voice, and every woman has a place to shine. Thank you so much.
When we gather, 3 best friends, 3 girls, we always laugh. If 3 girls in the room, we will not stop talking until the midnight, until we sleep. But now I can hear that a lot of you here sharing your story. I think this party will go on until very late or even like tomorrow. But first of all, I would like to thank the organization committee. I'd like to thank Global Influencers House, Publishing House, and all the judges for giving me this award. What it is really meant to be, the word here, Global Women of Influencers Award, I would say that it will take a baby step from me. Every baby step starts from home. Who has really influenced me since young? It was my late grandmother. She passed away in 2010. Then subsequently, of course, my late mother passed away 2020. So I have lost 2 very important women in my life, but they subsequently have brought me up till today. And right now, I also believe that as a strong influencer of the home, I have a small 4-year-old boy. Hopefully, he's dialing in right now and listening, or maybe he's sitting outside listening to this. I hope that I can influencing him to be someone who is successful. And why I'm doing a lot of things during COVID time, giving back to the community and society, is because I believe that whatever that we are giving, it won't take away from you one day. And of course, I also hope that I can influence my boy at home, that he will continue to help people and continue to giving back to the community. So thank you very much.
Thanks. Thank you so much.
Hi, good evening, and thank you so much, first of all, Meera and Shikha, for this award. It's been a completely overwhelming and very humbling experience. And it's amazing to be on the stage with so many beautiful women, and listening to all these very inspiring stories has been quite amazing. Thank you so much once again. Just a little bit about me is basically I kind of grew up in India in a society at a time when society generally favored the male child over the female child, where girls were not really encouraged to study or be self-reliant. However, I have to say that I was blessed, and I'm blessed with very progressive parents who not only encouraged me to study, but were very insistent that I must become self-reliant and have a career. And that empowered me and actually gave me the encouragement to go head-on into a very male-dominated banking industry career, which I navigated very successfully for 13 years. However, it was after that, I was so immersed in my career, I loved my job, and I never ever thought that I would do anything else. But life often does throw you surprises, and as it did for me. And that surprise was actually after birth of my kids. Once my children were born, after the first one, and then I still continued working, but after the second one, I kind of looked around and I kind of looked at how kids were going to school and what was going on, and children looked stressed. They didn't look like they were really enjoying the process of learning. They were going to school, they were going to classes, they were doing all kinds of stuff. And that was when I think that, I know it's a cliche, but it was really the catalyst for me, and it was a profound transformation in my life. So I began to reflect on just not who I was, but who I wanted to be, and also, more importantly, what was the kind of world that I wanted to help shape, where my kids were going to grow up. And so my focus suddenly shifted from financial statements to creating a meaningful impact beyond mere numbers and numbers. And that was the 360-degree pivot. And I, driven by a passion to make the difference, embarked on a completely new journey 15 years ago, which was my passion project, where I was hoping to make that difference, change the way children thought about learning, to change the way children approached learning. That has now, of course, become an obsession project. Today, as an educator, I'm deeply committed to mentoring, and I work with children across their learning journeys, trying to touch in on various touch points of their learning journey, guiding them and navigating them towards achieving their goals, getting them to feel the learning, getting them to know where they're going and not just doing it just for the sake of their grades. And it's also about getting the emotional intelligence involved. So we kind of work with them on, looking at what else do they need apart from the academic support? How can we actually help them? For me, I believe that my mission is that education can change society. And so how do you increase the access points and how do you democratize it? And that's my next goal, and that's really what I'm working towards. So this award for me is, like they say, influence. How do you actually make that little impact? How do you influence with your little bit of work and little bit of effort? What little steps can you take to make that difference, to change society? And that's why I would once again like to extend my heartfelt thanks to both Neera and to Shikha. Thank you very much. And I would just like to, last but not least, just like to say here that I would not be able to stand here, I would not have been standing here without the unwavering support of my family. My husband Vinod, who is here today to support me, my wonderful daughters Tara and Madhuri, and my parents and all my wonderful friends. Like they say, it takes a village. And yes, you guys are all my village. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having me. Thank you, organizers, for having me here. And it's quite challenging, my role now, because everything was already said. How beautiful you are, how amazing you are. And I'm so really grateful to be part of this evening. And not only of this evening, of all the journey of this event. When Neera asked me to participate and be one of judges of your stories, I didn't realize how marvelous, how wonderful journey I am starting with you. And what I realize on your stories and on your what you have write and said and during your life, that it is completely clear that life is not fair. Very often it's not really very fair, because we can't even choose where and to whom we would be born. But you do everything with all your efforts to change that, to make life of others, of yours, more fair as possible as it could be. And I thank you very much for that. Then I would like to share with you one of my thoughts. It always comes to me when I am in crowded spaces, in MRTs, in stadiums, and whatever. I realize that everybody there, everyone around me, is there because of our bodies, because of women bodies. And it's something completely obvious. It's something completely, we know about it, all of us. But still, it's such a miracle that without us and without our bodies, there would be nobody, And I'm so, really all the time, it surprises me because it's something, it's a miracle. And so we are the best. Thank you.
So sorry. Thank you for that introduction. Thank you so much. Thank you, Neera. Thank you, Shikha. What an amazing day today. What a beautiful day today. And so glad to meet all of you here. Thank you. Being called Global Woman of Influence. Wow. When they told me that this is the award that you're going to get, I had two thoughts. One was like, wow, that's incredible. Second was like, wait, am I adult enough to get an award? Are you serious? Yeah, so that's what happened, and thank you guys, thank you so much. I was a little early getting here, and when I did get here, I met a few of you women and got to spend a little bit of more quality time with all of you, out of which now I realize that one of them is the princess. Wow, princess. I didn't know you were a princess. I am so honored to meet you. So happy to learn about your achievements. And another thing, when I said that, I was telling them that I was born in Oman, I grew up in Oman, and then I moved to Singapore having been of Indian origin. Charlotte there immediately asked me, "Does it bother you?" I'm like, no, it doesn't bother me. It honestly doesn't bother me. I feel like I could belong anywhere, I could settle anywhere, I could be with anybody, and I think that makes me a little more powerful. And I love it. Thank you, Charlotte, for that question, because that raised a thought in my mind. Thanks. And princess. Wow. Yeah, you look awesome. Let me now finally read what I have written. Yes. So running a luxury yacht charter business has been a thrilling adventure. I'm able to combine my passion for the ocean with entrepreneurship. It's honestly a dream come true. And yes, again, a very male-dominated industry. So much so that when I got my captaincy in 2011 in Singapore, I was told by the examiner that I am the first female to pass that exam in Singapore in the first go for a charter yacht license. And I was like, wow, I didn't even know that. And thanks, because then only when I stepped into the field did I realize that, oh yes, there is only men around me, just men. Wow, and till date, to be honest, we have, in the charter industry in Singapore, we have maybe now 2 or 3 women. Yeah, that's about it. I'm talking from 2006 till date, till 2024. Yeah, so that's about work. Outside of work, I volunteer with 𝐈𝐧𝐿𝐴𝐺𝐻, as you heard, Animal Concerns Research and Education Society of Singapore, as a wildlife rescue officer. I have been called into some pretty wild situations where, you can imagine a full-grown python in a canal filled with ankle-deep, murky waters where I have to rescue that python, to a pangolin at a crowded train station. Anything is possible in rescuing a wildlife here in Singapore, because we live so close to the fringe, right? To fringe of the forest. The city limits are very close to the forest limits, and hence we have wildlife coming into the city. I'm also involved in the Singapore Gujarati Society, which is a sect from India. I am a Gujarati, very proud Gujarati, and part of the committee of the Gujarati Society, which was set up in 1956 in Singapore. That, honestly, I've been there for 11 years and keeps me on my toes. Because if you think rescuing a python is tough, imagine balancing a budget in a committee meeting, yeah? So it's equally tough. But in all seriousness, this award is not just a personal achievement, but a testament to the power of collaboration, of compassion, and community. So thank you. Thanks a lot. A big shout out, not sure if they are online, they are, some of them. A big shout out to my family, my friends, fellow volunteers, and community for all the support in all the work that I have done so far. I promise I'll keep doing best to deserve this, as long as no snakes turn up this evening. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much. I
so honored to be here tonight. This award means a lot to me. It sums up where I was, where I am today, standing here in front of you, and where I could possibly go. Just a little bit of a background. My journey started, well, no, it did start, but my journey basically to writing this book started end of 2021. I was going through a very tough time in my life. There was a point where I thought I couldn't keep going anymore, but somehow I did. 2022, I had this great opportunity to write a chapter in Shaken Stirred, but Not Deterred. It was an amazing opportunity because it was also a healing process that I went through, but also I realized it helped a lot of women that I encountered, friends and even strangers, who would feel encouraged because they were going through a tough time themselves. And I realized that a bit of opening up, allowing vulnerability, it showed me that it's not a sign of weakness. We are able to help others by listening, having compassion, showing empathy. We are able to help others, encourage them, and support them in the way that they need. It's sometimes you think it's a tough time, but we're all able to get through it somehow. And one thing I've learned, we are definitely all a lot stronger than we think we are. And I mean, just being here among these amazing, inspiring women tonight, I was having a bit of a imposter syndrome because I was thinking, do I deserve being up here? Because amazing, just amazing. I am so humbled and so honored to be considered one of the women who inspire others. And I just want to thank global influencers, Nira, Shika, the judges, you women for doing what you're doing because you inspire me. I also, as a mom, I would like to thank my kids who are watching, who I get up every day for. Like, it changes when you become a mom. So I get up for them, I'm motivated. I had a good role model, my mom, who is such a strong woman, a powerhouse. She showed me compassion, care, and that's what I strive to be. I always strive to be a better person. Yes, so thank you very much for allowing me to be here to receive this award. I feel very honored. Thank you so much.
Okay, I'm a rebel. I'm a fighter. And I break all the rules. Tonight, I've been asked to follow a rule. And for the first time in my life, I'm going to follow that rule. So I'm going to read to you what I have to say about what I've been doing for, I'm not going to say for many, many years, because I want to get a very clear message across, and I also want to stick to the rule. First. Anyway, I say, wow, what a truly incredible honour, and I'm delighted to be recognised for something that is so close to my heart. Supporting women as they step into their power and take full control over their lives and careers. Something I've always had. I've never had to step into my power. I've always had it because of my upbringing in Australia and a wonderful dad who supported me in everything I did. So as a leader, very strong corporate background. I've been called a thunderbolt, a positive disruptor, and okay, sometimes a loudmouth. I love to influence women and help them to move away from traditional ways of thinking, being and doing that often hold us back. This recognition is not just about individual achievement, but about the collective progress we make when women stand together, share knowledge, and support each other. It's about investing in each other's potential and building a community where we are stronger. Our mission at Protégé over the last 10 years has always been to bring mentoring to all business women around the globe, to foster environments where women are seen, heard, and above all, valued. To create spaces where women can thrive, step into their power and make life and career choices that only suit them. To the wonderful volunteer mentors I've had the privilege of working with, thank you. The peanut gallery down here have all been mentors on my program. They've always had my back, always supported me, and been my biggest fan. I had to pay them to come here though. They're cheap mentors. You've been my greatest inspiration and proof of what happens when we uplift one another, challenge norms, and push beyond the next page. Perception of our own limits. Without a strong network of allies and advocates, none of this would have been possible. I have huge support all around the globe from wonderful men and women. Thank you again for this recognition. And I look forward to continuing this journey supporting the next generation of women leaders. Together, we can truly change the world. I want to end with my favorite quote by Edmund Lee. It's also dedicated to Sharon down the back there. She inspired me to include this. So surround yourself with the dreamers and the doers, the believers and the thinkers. But most of all, surround yourself with those that see the greatness within you, even if you don't see it yourself. Thank you.
Okay, first of all, I need you to know that I've had 6 drinks. So this microphone is not going anywhere. And we all get 2 minutes to speak. But I'm going to devote 30 seconds to these wonderful women on the stage. Oh, Mira, Shika. Sorry. I'm so bad. 6 rings. I want everyone to get up on your feet right now and give them a very rounding applause and scream! How awesome are they? Thank you! Keep going. Go sit down. Don't you dare. I know you've had drinks. Don't you dare. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And you sacrificed the dinners and drinks today. So well done, ladies. Well done, you. Okay. I have to read from my screen. This is my son's screen. It's apparently filming somewhere. Hello, Superwomen. All of you. I see some of you in your stylish capes. Some of you did not turn up in your spandex suits. Very disappointing. Seriously, if persistence was a sport, we will be wearing a gold medals like Olympians. Okay. Now, let me take a moment to pat everyone's back. Well done, ladies. You. And you, and you. We don't need awards, do we? But we're here today, so well done. I have won 30 global awards. I've got 2 minutes. I'm not going to waste time. No time for modesty. But tonight, this is another one, so thank you very much. I just want to say that I've jumped through industries, continents, and probably a few lines at Starbucks queues, like a lot of you have. Princesses here tonight. I just want you to know I'm queened. Let's speak later. But I've gone through sexism, racism, a lot of bullying. So I'm sure that a lot of you have gone through that in the room today. Talk to me later, okay, if you want to. I have also, for the record, written a memoir and watched it become an Amazon bestseller. So any one of you out there who want to write, I know that there are a few of you out there, please do. You want to know how to beat the algorithms? Talk to me, I can tell you that. So I've had my fair share of face plants. Just to let you know, it's not all rosy today. As a woman, it's not all beautiful. So I just want to thank my son out there who's filming me right now. He's been a delegated photographer and videographer tonight. He is beautiful. I raised him single-handedly for 14 years. So this is nothing short of a circus act, honestly. There were moments that I thought that I just wanted to take a holiday from this all, and I did. So I just want you to know that if you want, as a woman, to just take a pause from everything you can, which I did for 2 years. I paid myself out of my own salary, so go ahead and do it, right? With every moment that I fell down, I got up on my feet and I wiped myself with a cocktail napkin clean. You can do it, okay? So here's to all the amazing women out there, including you. Well done, we're all winners. Good night.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. Thank you, Neera. Thank you, Shikha. I really have to say that judging this year's Global Women of Influence Award was truly a privilege. As one of the judges before me said this, I really didn't expect the depth and the inspiration and the amazing knowledge that I will gain by reading everyone's bio here. You're all winners, but really I read bios of many, many more nominees. And in my eyes, each one of you are exceptional. I read about women who overcome personal challenges to climb Mount Everest. I read about women who are making strides in highly male-dominated technical fields like nanotechnology. I read about women, helping transgender communities, really going out of their comfort zone. And that's so amazingly inspiring to me. Another thing that I want to say is that I've had the good fortune of following Neera and Shikha on their journey from the start as they were starting to build the Global Women of Influence platform. And one thing I realized in my journey as an entrepreneur and as a business owner is that doing what you're doing is great, but often it's the smaller things you do, the peripheral things you do, which is creating safe spaces for women to thrive, sparking conversations, uplifting others, reaching out to them. That really makes a difference at a very, very large scale. So truly, these two women out here, if I could give an award, I would first give it to them. So, big round of applause. Also, I want to say that all of you, as another judge before me said, I think women do not celebrate themselves enough. We strive for perfection in everything. We strive to be perfect at work. We want to be perfect as mothers. We want to be perfect as homemakers. We want to be perfect as social leaders. We want to be perfect as moms, as sisters, as everything else. But we don't celebrate ourselves enough. And somewhere in the pursuit of perfection, our celebration of us gets compromised. So I'm so happy that we are out here celebrating all of you here. To me, all of you are winners, whether you're getting a plaque from us today or you were just nominated. So thank you once again. I'm so excited to see your journeys. And I cannot also, I'm so excited also to see all of you come together 3 years from now with all the connections, the confidence, the content that you have here and do amazing things. So thank you again.
Wow, okay. I think I waited very long for this moment on stage. It's very nerve-wracking, but very honored to be here today. First of all, I'd like to thank the Global Influencers Media House for organizing this very meaningful award event, and the distinguished judges to recognize so many inspiring stories of women empowering one another. Encouragement and recognizing one's failure is a step to one's impending success. I'm humbled and honored to be one of the winners tonight. I would also like to thank my family who have been supportive throughout my entrepreneurial journey. I have my daughter here with me tonight, right at the end of the room, and I hope by hearing all these very inspiring stories by the ladies here tonight will inspire her in the future as well. I would like to leave all with this Johnny Depp's quote that I strongly believe in. Let me see. I believe in him. Well, Johnny Depp once said, when you decide to tolerate more than once, one will inevitably become a repeated pattern. By not setting, hang on. Okay. By not setting clear boundaries, you teach others and yourself that certain behaviors or situations are acceptable, even if they make you uncomfortable or harm you. Every time you allow something that goes against your principle or well-being, you open the door for it to happen again. Setting boundaries is not just a matter of firmness, it's also our self-respect. So thank you very much for this award. Thank you.
Thank you everybody, and thank you for the introduction. So like many of you, when I got the email from Global Publishing House, I said, really? I looked at it a few times because I'd seen the nominees and I thought, this is fantastic to be a nominee among these people. But it is so amazing that I would like to start with thanking the judges for their sincerity, because it wouldn't have been easy to go through all the profiles, understand, and then choose. It's a real honor to be with the fellow winners today. So, my journey of leadership coaching and leadership development started because of the utter need in my life to live my life better. And there's one thing I'll thank in my life for that, and that is disharmony. Disharmony woke me up because I had to do something different. And that took me on the journey to be more intentional. Intentional living for me is to live life in a way that is peaceful, graceful, and useful. And as I stand here today, what brings a smile to my face is how natural it feels for me to be here, because that's not the person I was. And how nourishing it has been for me to sit there and be fully present to all that has been shared today. Every word, every anecdote has been so beautiful. So thank you all. I would like to thank my challengers and my cheerleaders equally for this award today, because without the challengers, I wouldn't have rethought my life. I'd like to really thank Neera and Shika. They're wonderful women. It's been great to work with you on the book itself. And truly, you are influencers, global influencers. So because I'm really passionate about intentional living, I'm making an intention here today that this year, I would like to connect with every fellow winner to learn from you, and every judge to learn from you, and every esteemed guest here today, so that I can learn and contribute in the smallest way I can. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm very deeply honored to accept this award tonight. Yeah, my heartfelt thanks to Global Influencer Publishing House, Dr. Neera, Ms. Shika, and all the esteemed judges who did an amazing work for recognizing all the incredible work that all women here has done across the world. Yeah. In addition to my professional work, I actually also an author, like Ms. Now said, yeah, an author highlighting the importance of self-love and be yourself. I was the author in the Shaken, Stirred but Not Deterred volume #1. Other than that, I'm also a personal development coach. Yes, I help women to discover their meaning of life by cultivating sustainable mindset. Yeah, this is very important because that will nurture a long-term growth and fulfillment. This award is not just a reflection of my work, but also a testament to the people who have shaped me all these years. I owe everything to my mom. Mommy, thank you. Thank you for showing me how to be a strong woman, how to be a tough woman who loves deeply and gives selflessly. To my sister and family members, thank you for standing by my side all this while through my challenges and triumphs. Your belief in me has been my anchor. Thank you very much. To my colleagues in Noble Nurses and all my friends, no matter where you are, online, offline, we all are connected. Thank you for believing in our shared purpose. Yeah. And to my mentors over the years, your wisdom has been invaluable. You, mentors, has enabled me to live my second life. I'm the survivor of suicidal thoughts person previously. And finally, to the incredible women, all of you here tonight, I'm humbled to be among you. Let's continue to support each other, lift one another up, and create lasting change. Thank you again for all this honor, tremendous honor. This recognition belongs to all of you as much as it does to me. To inspire before we expire. Thank you.
Thanks first again to Neera and Shika and also Ma'am for the jury. So I would like to thank for going through all the entries. It was quite a job for you all. And also, I think my journey, I started as an accountant in India in a small firm, then moving on to 2 large global technology companies, and then now finally I'm working with the bank as a technology role. So moving from a core, finance person to a technology, implementing projects in different countries. I think my true heroes are, all the people who supported me in this journey, right from my parents, my sisters who are my 12 AM friends are, crying over projects not going well, or, not getting a promotion, or, not doing so well sometimes. So they are all my supporters and all the people who have supported me throughout my life, my colleagues, and even the people that I mentored. So I get a message suddenly on a Monday morning, I was watching this TV show, I saw this actress and you shared a birthday with her. I'm so proud of you. So your mentee is sending you that kind of a message on a Monday morning, and I had not told her about this award. So I was so surprised that a mentee who I mentored in 2016 and joined some other company now sends me a message on a Monday morning. And I think these are the people, whether it's your family, my sisters, my parents, and of course my husband, who took care of my child, when I was 7 months and I'm delivering a project at 3 AM with my client, trying to meet the timelines, and I'm just calling him, okay, I'm going to be late again today. So I think the journey is about all the people who support you in your life. And it's not about your success. So that's what I told in the success of me is all the people who stand up for you every day, and some people would, even fight for you, say, this is not right, we should do this for Netra. So I think it's about everybody, and that is why I give back to the society. society. I mentor people, and I'm meeting my mentee tomorrow, who's making her CV and say, okay, Mitra, let's catch up tomorrow. I need to start for my interviews. So I've got a lot of heroes who are the true heroes of my story. But the greatest hero, and my husband will also agree, is what I call is my father, who has been always, very encouraging. And he has always said, what is important is your values. What is important is helping people, and always stand by your values. And he has a lot of words of wisdom, which he shared with me and I shared with my mentees. And one of his very famous quotes, and someday I would like to write a book about my father's words of wisdom, and I think I have the right people here. So one of his favorite, and I will just switch to Hindi, it's called "Poochne mein kya hai?" It means whenever I call him up, should I take this job? Would I get this award? So he would say that, yes, you ask for it. When you ask for something, you may get a response, a yes or no. But if you don't ask, the response will always be a no. So ask for the job that you want, ask for the promotion that you want, ask for the award that you want, and you will be surprised that when you ask, you may always get what you never even imagined. And that is why he says, "Poochne mein kya hai?" Right from sharing a cab to just checking, okay, I'm late for something, can I put my deal? I have done a lot of technology deals where I thought I will lose, and I call him, I think I may lose this deal. And he's like, okay, "Poochne mein kya hai?" And you go, and all the deals where I thought, okay, I'm going to lose, I have done some of the greatest deals and delivered some of the greatest technology projects, because whenever I thought something is impossible, I think of this thought process that you have to give it a try. So thanks to all of you.
I'm going to promise to keep this really brief because our hosts have been on their feet for over 2 hours. But I'm going to quote from an author that really influenced me as a young teenager, and that was Khalil Gibran. When he said, you give but a little when you give your possessions, but when you truly give yourself, that's when you truly give, right? So you give yourself, and everyone here that has spoken today has truly given. You've given your time, you've given your attention, you've given your commitment to your chosen professions or your causes. So thank you for that. You've truly influenced me. You've influenced my little 9-year-old daughter that was sitting next to me and reading the profiles very patiently, and I hope she's inspired by that. And I also wanted to make a small request that we change the name from judges to celebrators, because we're not here to judge you, we're here to celebrate your achievements.
Everyone, thank you to Global Influencers. Thank you to all the women here and to our celebrators, not the judges. I came in as a person, I'm now leaving as a starstruck person. Every one of your stories has just left me in awe. I did not prepare a script, so I am a certified facilitator. This should come easy to me, but every single time I need to get on stage. So I got the message from them yesterday that you've got 2 minutes to speak, and why? Why? No, I'll do it without a script, because I just cannot seem to follow a script. And it's a good thing I didn't prepare a script, because every one of you has already said what's been on my mind. From taking a village to raise the family, to being empowered by the mothers. So I'm going to use this time to say thank you. A very big thank you to my husband who is here. With me tonight is kindly figuring, because without the support of the partner, I will not be able to stand here. And it takes a village to raise children. So my sons, Kashirat and Trishulan, small boys, 8 and 10, they wanted me to mention their names in my speech. They are being very well raised by my mother right now, so that I can be here. So indeed, it takes a village. What I want to actually say thanks for is the opportunity to write in the book, and my topic is Stronger. It was a reflection for me of how far I have come and how much of an influence my mother, my late grandmother, and everybody else down the line were for me to become where I am right now. So it's the influence, it's the power of the you can do it that pushes us forward. And what I'm doing right now is I'm enabling people around me to become better versions of themselves. And I hope that my children will continue this by enabling the people around them and of course helping me become a better version of myself. So thank you very much everyone, and I really hope our hosts get to meet soon.
Thank you. Thanks for still being here. I'm not the last, but I'm almost one of the latecomers. So in my work as a sexologist, I help people who don't know how to have sex, cannot have sex, or have difficulties around sex. And I've been doing it for 15 years. I am considered one of the pioneers. I started doing it when people didn't know what the hell I was doing. So yes, my work is all about fucking. And people think I'm a fucking joke. So I think awards like this makes it a little bit better. Makes up for all the harassment and the slut shaming and the whatnot. But really, sex is something that is very dear to my heart because we all do it. Sometimes not at home. Sometimes in the car. Okay, but it's something very important to me because as an Asian, we don't really talk about sex. And it's a big struggle for a lot of my friends that I know of, which is the reason why I even wanted to do something like this. And sex is something very, very important because for me, I feel our sexuality is the last frontier of being an adult. We get training in pretty much everything else except sex. And so many people that I know of struggle. You can have all the money in the world, you can have all the awards, the fame, but if you don't have a happy personal life, I think a lot of people consider themselves a failure. So I'm not here to judge anybody who doesn't care about sex. I just want to support people who want to be able to have sex and have better sex. So my work is really about supporting people and even saving their relationship, their marriage, and even their sanity. So after 15 years of being a sexologist, this year I started a one-woman show. So I have a 1 hour, one-woman show that I am running next Saturday. You all can all come for free. Yes, so come, go to my website. That's eroscoaching.com. You can just appear, or just drop me an email. And then I'm bringing it to the Melbourne Fringe Festival. So I think all of us, after doing our work for so long, we want to evolve. We want to do something different, and we want to do it in a better, bigger way. And we need to support one another. So thank you everybody for sharing your stories, for inspiring us, for inspiring me. Gives me hope for a time when I am dead. Yeah, gives me hope for that. But thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Neera and Shikha. Just one more person. Hang on there. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Akshita Jatli. I'm the head of finance and projects Asia Reinsurance at Berkshire Hathaway. And I'm a happy single mother to my 14-year-old prodigy of a son. I call him prodigy because he holds 6 Singapore Book of Records in mathematics and various awards and music competitions, television and radio shows. I'm blessed there. I do find fulfillment in juggling the various roles that I need to play as a professional, as a single parent, as a friend, philosopher to my son, and of course as a handyman sometimes, fixing things around the house because there's no other man in the house. My son is my motivation and my parents are my foundation. They're there on the screen and I owe everything to them. I keep telling my son that successful people are those who can lay a firm foundation with the bricks that life throws at them. Yes, words do inspire, but it's the action that creates change. So I'm happy to share this journey of mine with resolute action to take charge of my life, my career growth, my son's upbringing, and the upliftment of other single parents and children. Thank you, Global Influencers Publishing House, Neera, Shikha, and the esteemed judges for acknowledging this journey. Today, I accept this award humbly with the intent to empower every single parent and their children and to spread awareness about the challenges they face single-handedly on a daily basis, which is why I'm very passionate about the support group that we run, where we aim to address and support them with the challenges they do. So we have a brainstorming forum where any topic of concern to them can be discussed together. We have technical support where we train them on basic life skills like basic home repair, budgeting, financial literacy, so that they can be truly independent. And we also provide social support where we just offer unprejudiced friendship. So we aim to spread awareness and wipe out any discomfort in the inclusivity of single parents and their children in social circles. So our vision is not just to help individuals with their daily challenges, but to cultivate a community that uplifts each of their members and instills a sense of belongingness, empowerment, and resilience. Thank you so much.
It's truly an honor to be here on stage in Singapore. So when I look back as a child, I could never imagine that I would be in Singapore on a stage, and I never had these kind of dreams to get an award or to have a title or to have any other dreams than only to have possibilities in my life. And yeah, in my professional life, I was an engineer, mechanical engineer in the manufacturing industry. I led a lot of projects internationally, and I had really big teams. And then we decided as a family to that I take a break in my career to come to Singapore and to be an expat wife. And this was quite challenging for me, especially because I had a career and I stepped back from my husband, my lovely husband. And it was quite interesting to see, especially because of my personal development, how this was challenging myself, especially to have these struggles, what comes next. So I decided to take it as a chance to step ahead and to create something new, my new self. And I said, okay, so let's do a coaching, and I did a coaching thanks you to 𝐈𝐧𝐿𝐥𝐿. And then I started with the mentoring. My first female mentor, this was Nicole van der Kracht. And then I said, okay, so it's time to do the next chapter in my life, to create it by myself. And I said, okay, now I don't want to be a project manager anymore. Now I want to lead the world. So I became an MBA student for international business, and now my future is to become a business development manager, and especially in the manufacturing industry, and this is my goal for the future. And I'm here because of my mom and because of my lovely husband, because diversity starts at home, and this is the most important thing. And I have inspired already a lot of people from Germany, because I'm here in Singapore on stage, and I was never been in Germany on stage. And and I got all that messages by LinkedIn, and it was quite incredible to see all the feedbacks from all these incredible good females that I will never stop, and sky is the limit. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the introduction, and certainly overwhelmed with gratitude for having selected to receive this award. Thank you so much for sharing this moment with me. I certainly feel honored to have my accomplishments and accomplishments of so many bright and talented women to be recognized in such a way by global influencers, publishing house, and certainly would love to acknowledge and say thank you to Shika and Mira for acknowledging our accomplishments in such a way, but also for such an amazing evening. This award means a lot to me simply because I do believe in empowerment of women and supporting each other and contributing to success of each other. There have been a lot of women throughout my life that supported me throughout my career path, And when I came to the United States about 18 years ago from Russia with about $300 in my pocket, I faced a lot of challenges, financial challenges, language barriers, so many different, but I think the passion and dedication to my dreams have really helped me to, kind of resolve those challenges and day by day live through those. And I think, women that supported me and mentored me in a way contributed to my success. So today, as a leader in a global trade practice at KPMG, I'm committed to give back in a way to kind of mentoring and advancing women's career from the classroom to the boardroom, helping them to really achieve their biggest dreams the same way as as it happened to me. So, certainly excited, and that's very important to me. And I would love to dedicate this award actually to my largest supporter in my life, who is my mom. She's currently in Russia, and she might be on a Zoom meeting actually too. But thank her for everything, what I have achieved, because she's really supported me. And I would love to continuously, contribute at the local, at the global scale, when I can, to empowering women, to making all of our dreams really come true, because impossible is certainly possible. Thank you so much.
I prepared a note because I'm very nervous. It's the first time to attend this gorgeous event. So what an honor is to be standing here tonight as the recipient of Global Women of Influence Award. I had to admit when I first told that I won, my immediate thought was, are you sure you got the right person? But I'm here now, and I promise I won't give it back. To the organizers, thank you so much for this incredible recognition, and to all the amazing women in this room, congratulations on each and every one of you. There's such an extraordinary level of achievement here tonight that I think we might even crash LinkedIn before the evening is over. When I first started posting on LinkedIn and write articles about investment, my audience was pretty much just a few friends and my sister. She's here with me tonight, and I want to thank her as my sister. As the editor and AI image creator for my articles, she's been a crucial part of my journey, and I couldn't have achieved all of this without her. Today, my posts reach over 1 million views, but what I've learned is that it doesn't matter how many followers or connections you have, what really matters is the impact of the message you put out there. Thank you all again for this incredible honor. Let's continue to inspire and be the positive change we want to see for women everywhere. Thank you.
Thank you all very much, and thanks so much again to the organisers of this event, and congratulations to all of the winners. There's advantages and disadvantages to the time slot that I found myself in. The advantage is that other than the people to my left and right, everyone's had their dinner now, so you're feeling a bit more relaxed and happy. The disadvantage is all the magnificent speeches of judges and recipients that I've had to follow. So I'm not going to try to replicate some of the really wonderful things that we've heard. And I just wanted to appreciate the invitation to be a judge at this event. And as I think one of the other judges mentioned earlier, it was really interesting and quite humbling to read all of the to read the different nominations. And I suppose there were two things that I took from it. The first thing, which we all know, but it's nice to be reminded of it every so often, there are so many amazing women doing so many amazing things all around the world. And so those days, and we all have them, there's a lot of bad news in the world, as one of our previous speakers was saying. The days when you're really going, oh, everything's going backwards and it's terrible. it's really helpful to be able to remember an event like this and the people that you met in an event like this and go, everything's going to be okay. The second thing is to remember how far we've come, but also that there is always the danger of going backwards, and for every single one of us, regardless of where we come from or where we live or the circumstances in which we find ourselves, we have a duty for the women who come after us, no matter how well things are in our country or in our particular situation. The height we have reached now it shouldn't be a ceiling. And basically, it's up to all of us to keep pushing the bar higher and higher and higher while we simultaneously work to raise the bar all around the world. And it's a real privilege to be in a room with so many people who are doing that today. And because when I don't know what to say, I always quote Irish women, because it's solid, it's a solid approach. So I want to thank the organisers of this event for doing something which a wonderful Irish poet, Evan Boland, talked a lot about women being outside history, being not written about, and not part of things, even though they're the people that create and hold up societies. And she talked about finding a voice where they had a vision. So I'd like to thank the organisers of this event for giving women a voice where there was already a vision.
Thank you for the beautiful introduction. I'm so humbled to be here with so many inspiring women. And at this moment, when I hold this award, I think of the forces that influenced me the most, which I think should be credited for a recognition like this. My mentors who gave me opportunities in collective philanthropy, which made me see the impact it creates to not just a handful, but hundreds, thousands, and millions. My creative collaborators who actually showed me a story or an idea is just on a piece of paper, but it needs vision, collaboration, and synergy of many creative minds to make it a reality. Then my long-standing corporate partners who taught me a beautiful thing on every single day to appreciate the value of adding a value in every interaction, in every work day, and that gets you going. And my family friends who are my cheerleaders, my partner, better half, is standing there taking my video, and he listens to my endless storytelling patiently. My family has really appreciated my storytelling and self-expression. And so cheers to the power of collective force, synergy of minds, collective intelligence, and power to these two women, Shikha and Neera, for transforming hundreds of us turn into bestseller authors, just not authors. Thank you very much. And on this occasion, I have written a few lines as a note to the influence that women power has in us. So I think this is the best occasion to speak those lines. It's called Womb to the World. From womb to the world, as a life journey unfolds, it mirrors your values we so instinctively behold. From the warmth of your source to navigating through life's bittersweet course, our fights and flights since birth carried by your strength of no dirt, making it all for us worth. Your cuddles and joyful plays, just to make us stand and sway, molding us like vulnerable clay. From the comfort of home to school's busy halls, you were holding our hands through life's many calls. As mother, as teacher, as sister in every side, you shaped our journey like an angel by our side. Our crawling, our running, our scaling high, our speech, education, dreams, our rise, our wisdom, our values, where our growth lies. Each leap of us felt like yours victory more. We read truth in your eyes, through your joyful cries. Your spirit defines grace like a goddess to embrace. From home to the world, you shaped us at every stage, and we owe you this moment, this page. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and good evening to everyone here. I'm really quite honored to be here in the midst of these great women, all adding value to the community. I want to thank the Global Women of Influence
award hosts, Nira and Shika, for all the work they have done in making sure that they gather this much valued women in one city. I truly appreciate this honor. I'm a woman that has many hats. My friends tease me a lot because I'm an entrepreneur. Some of them call me a serial entrepreneur. I'll take it all. I'm into the food business. I have a Chinese restaurant back in Nigeria. I'm a fashion designer. I make clothes. I'm a humanitarian. Through this writer, the Humanitarian Foundation. I also am an ambassador with the World Peace Program in Nigeria, where I'm a director for the diplomatic missions and women affairs. So my hats, I have a lot of hats. But right now, I want to talk about what I'm doing right now. I'm actually, through my foundation, I'm hosting an event in November in Lagos, Nigeria, and it's called the 𝐈𝐧𝐟𝐥𝐨𝐻𝐚𝐚𝐥 𝐖𝐨𝐬𝐴. It's a showcase of African creatives and fashion designers. We have a challenge we're put on. It's called the Waste to Art Challenge, where they take the discarded waste from different companies and they put them all together to create beautiful showpieces of fashion and clothing. So that's something I'm doing just to empower the youth in Nigeria and in Africa as a whole. So I'm really looking for support. It's my maiden edition, but I'm happy that I'm doing this because like women, we just have to give back. And the advice I would give to women here is that just have your mindset should be positive. I'm standing here, I feel I'm standing here because I got into this year and I started praying about it. I said, oh, Father Lord, make me a global woman of influence. Make me a global woman of influence. So when the nomination came in like 7 months later, and I'm like, oh, okay, I prayed for this and it's happening. Maybe I'm going to be a winner. And today, I'm standing here as a winner and a global woman of influence. So let's not be all that we want. So thank you and congratulations to all the women here.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for Global Influence for selecting me with this incredible honor tonight. And also, kudos to every amazing woman in this room tonight. Thank you. Influence, for me, is a word. This represents the ability to inspire change and also to shape perspective. And we all have this superpower within us. Everyone has a unique story. And I remember mine that started at the very beginning when I was born. Or to be exact, it's from 8 months old. Life has already planted a seed in my life. Navigating this journey from orphanhood to depression and also abuse is not easy. It's far from easy. But I have to make a choice to make sure this will be an empowered one. I often tell people that, my clients or keynotes, that we have to trust everything happens for a reason. And also everything happens with a learning behind it. But yet, when we were in the storm, it's so often we forgot to see, or we couldn't see very hard to see what's the learning behind our challenges. But I want to encourage every one of you to remember, no matter what happens in your life, that do not give up. Because you have a choice under any circumstances. And you have the power to create change in your life. Let's remember, your life, your choice, your say. Thank you very much.
I want to start off by thanking Nira and Shika and the Global Influencers Publishing House for this incredible honor. I am beyond grateful to be recognized for my work back in Afghanistan, and second, this award actually comes at a time that is particularly critical to me, at a time when my thoughts are with millions of women and girls around the world, and particularly with women in Afghanistan, at a time when many women are deprived of their basic human rights, rights that we might take for granted, education, employment, or even dreaming of a brighter future. And so I want to dedicate this award to all of the women and girls back in Afghanistan and around the world who dare to dream despite all of the odds being stacked against them. And I think this event is an incredible example of how we can accomplish when we come together. And so I want everyone to please remember that, and I urge everyone to support women and girls in any way possible. Let us come together to create a world that is more inclusive and where every woman has the opportunity to dream without fear. Thank you.